For a full copy of today's recipe, check us out on Facebook at Papa's Cucina or right here on YouTube under the community tab. Alright, so what are we making today? Today we're making this unbelievably delicious and oh so super easy. Yum. Cheesy, no knead sausage bread. Look at this. Look at it. Oh, the beautiful sausage and cheese in there. Oh, it's so good. So good. Yum. All right, so to get started, in this measuring cup, I have 1.5 cups of water in which I dissolved 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. Don't worry, it's not going to make it sweet. That's pure food just for the yeast. And you want your water to be between 110 and 120 degrees. Look at that, 115, so it's perfect. So to this, we're going to add 1 packet or 2¼ teaspoons of an active dry yeast. So now we're just going to mix this up. And we're going to allow this to sit on the side for the yeast to bloom, like 5 to 10 minutes. You'll see there'll be a nice foamy head on it. It'll be ready to use. Easy so far, right? And while we're waiting for our yeast to bloom, in this large bowl I have 3.5 cups of bread flour. If you don't have bread flour, it's okay. You can just use regular all-purpose flour. There will be a little bit difference in the texture of the bread though. Bread flour tends to have a nice crunchier crust. All right, but if you're okay with that, then it's fine. To this I added 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm just going to mix this together until the salt is mixed into the flour. Sweet. Nice and easy. This is the fanciest tool you're going to need today. And then maybe the Dutch oven, but you know. So now to this we're going to add 1 cup of shredded mozzarella, 1 cup of shredded Asiago. If you don't want to use Asiago, you don't have to. Provolone would work with this bread really, really well too, or just use 2 cups of the mozzarella. Now to this we're going to add about 1.5 pounds of cooked, diced, sweet Italian sausage. You want to make sure this is definitely cooked because it's not going to be in the oven long enough to cook the sausage. So, and you don't want to have raw pork. So, but again, if you don't want to use pork sausage, you can use beef, chicken, whatever, but you just want to make sure the sausage is cooked. All right, so now we're just going to mix this all up until the flour has covered everything evenly. Just like that. And then once your yeast has bloomed, has that nice head on it, we're going to pour this right on top of the flour mixture. Maybe I should have used a bigger bowl. And now to this, we're also going to add about 1/4 cup of a good extra virgin olive oil. Make sure it's one you like because you're going to taste it. Makes all the difference in the world. All right, so now we're just going to mix this all together until there's no loose flour. It's probably going to be a little sticky. That's okay. Just like that. So now we're going to wrap this tightly with some plastic wrap and we're going to allow this to proof for 1 hour. That's it. Set your timer, 1 hour, you're good to go. But during that hour, you want to make sure you preheat your oven to 425 degrees and you want to have your Dutch oven in there to preheat for about 10-15 minutes during that time. So I usually do it around the 30-minute mark. All right, so wrap this up and we're going to let this rest for 1 hour. That's all. All right, so our dough has been proofing for an hour, and during that time I preheated my oven to 425, and my Dutch oven is currently in there preheating. So now, on a lightly floured surface, I scraped out the dough. So now there is no kneading involved in this. All you want to do is just fold it in on itself a few times until you have a nice, smooth boule. Such a super easy, delicious recipe. Do not let any of that sausage escape. But, oh, it's heavenly. It's so good. But, I mean, if you don't want to do sausage, you don't have to. You can just make this a nice cheesy bread or just a regular loaf of bread. Just omit all the other ingredients entirely. But why would you want to lose the sausage? Come on now. All right, so we're just going to keep folding this on itself. Like I said, so we have a nice smooth boule. Just like that. Now onto a sheet of parchment paper. It's going to go. Just like that. And we're going to coat it with some olive oil and we're going to make an incision on top. Just like that. Now we're going to very carefully lower this into our Dutch oven. Remember, that thing is 425 degrees. It is very, very, very hot. Just like that. We're going to put the lid back on, and then into the oven it's going to go for 30 minutes. That's it. Make sure you set that timer. And then we're going to take a look and see how it looks. Oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait. All right, so this has been in the oven for exactly 30 minutes. So let's see how it looks. Let's see. Oh, wow. Wow, wow. That looks amazing. It's huge. But it still doesn't have that beautiful golden brown that we want. So back into the oven, it's going to go uncovered this time for about 10, maybe 15 minutes, depending on the level of darkness that you want. But, oh, this looks amazing, and it smells glorious. So back into the oven, it's going to go. And 12 minutes later, it's all done. Look at that beautiful color it's got. Very important at this point that you take it out of the Dutch oven, because or else it's going to keep cooking, because that Dutch oven is super hot and it's going to burn the bottom. You don't want that. So this has a beautiful gold brown on the top and on the bottom. But now we're going to allow this to cool for about an hour before we slice it up and give it a try. But oh, I can't wait. I just want to fill up that big piece of sausage and eat it. Yum! Yum! Buon appetito. Look at it. It's incredible. Beautiful crumb and crust on the bread. Oh, that sausage. And all that cheese. This is a bread. This is a meal. So good. So easy. You have to try this recipe. If you do, let us know. Thank you so much for watching.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Poppy's Cucina. Thanks!
So good and buttery. Oh, there's no butter even in it. Oh, it's amazing. Well, who's ready for that drink? I know I am. Let's do it. All right, so for today's holidays margarita, we're going to start with 2 ounces of tequila, 1.5 ounces of pomegranate liqueur, half an ounce of Grand Marnier, and we're going to do 2 ounces of margarita mix. You can do fresh lemon juice too if you want, or lime, or both. And then 1 ounce of cranberry juice. All right, so we're gonna give it a good shaky, and we pour. It looks like the holidays. Looks like a Cosmo. Nice. Let's give it a try. Yum. Salute. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, it's so good. It's sweet. It's tart. A little sour. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect for the holidays. Ooh, this is going to be a perfect like New Year's Eve cocktail. Got to plan ahead. It's coming. It's coming right before you know it. So if you try this drink recipe or that amazing bread, let us know. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. And, drop us a note. Let us know. And give us some more suggestions, please. All right. Love you guys.